Welcome back to the Ed Show live from Madison, Wisconsin. No, the Badgers aren't playing tonight. It's a heck of a lot more serious than that. Folks, if you think this plan to destroy union labor is something Governor Scott Walker thought up all by himself, you are sadly mistaken, and we have the proof. Before these protesters made their way to the Capitol, conservative political action groups started spending money to actually keep them away. The anti-tax group Club for Growth paid for this television ad last Friday, smearing the labor unions here in Wisconsin. And when the labor supporters still showed up in force, these anti-labor groups tried to get their people to shut down the protesters. The Ed Show obtained an email from the Club for Growth Wisconsin, sent out to its members on Monday. It read, "Your immediate action is needed for the governor's plan to pass this legislature this week. Americans for Prosperity and Wisconsin Club for Growth are providing buses from various locations. You may recognize Americans for Prosperity. That's a Tea Party front group funded by the billionaire Koch brothers. As for the Wisconsin Club for Growth, one of their main organizers is R.J. Johnson. And you may wonder, well, who the heck is R.J. Johnson? Well, according to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, quote, a key advisor for the Club for Growth is R.J. Johnson, who also worked as a political strategist for Governor Walker's campaign. So in the face of a grassroots labor movement, millionaires and billionaires are doing the governor's dirty work for him. This isn't Governor Walker all by himself, and Walker says the unions are being unfair. Joining me here in Madison tonight is John Nichols, political reporter for The Nation magazine. John, great to be with you. Brother, you have done the job for the American people.
I want to tell you, Ed, thanks for covering this story. You were on it before anybody else.
Well, this is America. This is middle-class America. This is what the Ed Show has always been about. And I knew when I started my national radio show 7 years ago that this fight was coming for America. The attack on the middle class started about 25 years ago. It hit a fever pitch during the Bush years, but now we're really feeling it on the kitchen tables of American workers.
Ed, if I can just say to you, with their free trade deals, they came for the private sector. These very same people, the exact same people by name, who came for the private sector with their free trade deals are now coming for the public sector with their hits on pensions and benefits.
Let's talk about the Koch brothers, these groups that we talked about. How big of an influence are these outside groups in this dispute in Wisconsin?
Well, they're the definitional players in a sense, or at least they were the definitional players. I've known Scott Walker for 20 years. I've known him very, very well. His dad pastored my in-laws' church down in Walworth,
Is this who he is?
This is not who Scott Walker is. Scott Walker was a mainstream Republican for a long time. He's a conservative, no doubt about that.
What turned him radical?
I think what's happened is that there is a national, and I shouldn't say I think, I know there is a national strategy to get these newly elected Republican governors for political reasons to destroy the labor unions, which are the only forces that can talk back in a Citizens United.
So you've known this man on the screen for over 20 years, and you say that this is not Scott Walker. He, in a sense, is a puppet to the big boys trying to kill labor in this country.
I'm embarrassed to say that for a Wisconsinite because we're not a puppet state, but the fact of the matter is what he is doing is the dirty work of Washington think tanks and hedge fund managers who fund groups like the Club for Growth.